Success.
Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Sex desire is the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is the desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness of imagination, courage, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession or calling, including, of course, the accumulation of riches. Napoleon Hill.
Hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedlak, and I am super glad that you're here with us today. I am here with my amazing guest, Ryan Schoel, and thank you, Ryan, so much for being here today.
Morning.
Good morning. Did we wake you up, Princess?
I know, I've been here a few hours already.
I'm sure you have. So for those of you who don't know, Ryan is an awesome, awesome friend of mine, and he runs the Costume Shoppe in Calgary, Alberta, but he also runs online things. And Ryan, just give us the 5,000-foot view, who you are, what you do, all that kind of fun stuff.
All right, as you said, I'm Ryan, or Ryan the Costume Shoppe guy. I own the Costume Shoppe here in Calgary, Alberta. We do a lot of things in terms of putting smiles on people's faces. That's the biggest thing we do. Whether that's at home, whether that's in the bedroom, whether that's anywhere at work, Zoom meetings. I should be wearing a wig right now, or maybe I'll put one on shortly. We work online. We sell really all around the world and just in Canada. We sell everywhere and anywhere. It's amazing what you can do with the World Wide Web. So people place an order, we ship. What we have is everything to dress up. That is the focus of the Costume Shoppe. If you can wear it, I'm going to sell it. I'm not a party store. You can't buy plates from me. Can't buy cups, but you can buy those.
You can buy C cups, but you know, that's a whole different conversation.
You could buy the corsets, you could buy wigs, that's always fun. You could buy contacts. Yeah, you could be the redhead, you could be a blonde, you could be a brunette. You can change your life up any way you want. It's kind of fun.
It is super fun. And for those of you who don't know, he's got everything from, if you just need a pair of sunglasses, like little fake plastic ones, you can get those, or you can go all the way up to the high-end movie theater production quality stuff. And I was super jealous when I found out that you had the half black, half white wig. After destroying my hair for so long, I could have just walked in there, got it, and had my hair done.
Absolutely. You know, it's kind of funny. Like, you want to be Cruella, that would actually, we should have done that for you to match your background. But what we could have done is I have this really upper end color spray, which is kind of neat. It's a hair spray, but without making your hair all crunchy. It's just you spray it on in short spurts and it just changes the color of your hair. And then, you know, to get it out, this is really difficult for people that have never experienced this before. You go into your bathroom and you get into this thing called a shower or a tub and turn on the water and it washes out with a little shampoo.
Wow.
It's a marvelous technology. It's called a shower bath. Just washing your hair will get that color spray right out of your hair. It's kind of fun.
Nice. What's it called?
It's Graftobian hair color.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We'll have to go in there and check that all out. So before we get into all
I'm
of
being
the...
buzzed. Hold on. I apologize. I'm being interrupted here.
What?
Sorry, Tim. Hi. Is it? Do you need my help downstairs? Or are you good? Perfect. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye. Well, there you go. We're running a live business. The store doesn't open till noon, and yet we're just getting a delivery. And ironically, it's probably from the most sultry supplier of them all. It's Leg Avenue.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're the big supplier of our nylons, and you can look them up, and they have the sultriest of costumes. They're a lot of fun. Everything from your French maid to your cat suit and in between. They have some interesting stuff that we got, and I've been told I'm probably one of the few people in Canada still taking delivery, so I'll have product where people won't. I'm betting on having some sort of dress up something for the next few months. We'll see. If no Halloween, I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be dress up at home.
Well, and I'm guessing a lot of people are getting more into creative dress up at home just because it's boring as shit being at home alone.
You know, it's kind of funny. I've had some interesting couples coming through the door. Not necessarily just couples, they're groups, and they're coming in and straight up tell me this is what we want to do. We want to sort of spice up the bedroom, if you will, and spice up the home life, whether it's just having a barbecue in the backyard, as simple as that, with a bunch of friends, or really entertaining themselves once the lights go out or the doors get closed or the drapes get closed. And it's interesting because they'll come in and they will do exactly this. They'll take a wig, a high-end wig that we have, which is, when I say high-end, it's anywhere between 50 and 70 bucks, and you can heat style it. So you can change the look of it. So you can get a blonde wig and you can be curly, you can be blonde wig and long hair. I mean, once you cut it, you cut it. But if, you add
But it's
that.
not like a Barbie hair where you just crank the back and it grows again.
It doesn't do that. No, it's kind of fun. So you could change your hair color, whether you're using a full wig or you're using that hair color spray. I mean, the wig is still, a wig. And they're very, very nice. They're heat stylable, breathable, adjustable, and a bunch of otherables. And then, we have the sultry fishnets and fence nets, stockings and nylons. And, throw that on with a corset or all of a sudden Batgirl or Wonder Woman or really anything of that nature.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I got my Harley Quinn wig from you, and that was fantastic because I actually like that wig better than I like my own hair. It was one of the heat styling ones, and I can do anything with that. It's like, oh my God, this is awesome. So if you haven't seen that kind of technology lately, you know what you're paying for. It is fan-freaking-tastic. I love that. And it doesn't get excruciatingly hot. Like back in the day when I did it, we were going in the bar and stuff, and it was breathable. It wasn't boiling hot. I thought it'd be like wearing a toque in the middle of a bar, but it wasn't.
Yeah, as I described, the heat stylable ones are washable, and when I say breathable, that means you can actually put your hand through the inside net. It's made on it with a higher end technology, as opposed to the basic Halloween wigs, which will change the color of your hair because you're wearing a different wig, but it's a mesh underneath and it becomes itchy, it becomes very, very warm. So what you're paying is, so you can get the $20, $25 inexpensive wig and have fun with it, and I've got those in the store. I cater to every level, but then we go from the low-end wigs, which, yes, will make you quite warm, and then we have one in between where it comes right out of the package. It looks much better. It's still got the plastic net, but it looks a lot better. And then we have the heat styling. So we have 3 different price points to really address what everybody's looking for, depending on what they're after. If you're going to go to the bar and just lose it, well, then
It becomes disposable, and you don't worry about that so much. Oh, that's awesome. So let's back up the bus a bit. How did you get into all of this?
So I just celebrated August 4th, the 4th year that I owned the costume shop here in Calgary. Before that, for the last 20 years before that, I guess, I was selling sewing thread in Western Canada to keep people in stitches, if you will. Michelle always loves that joke. But, it was better than my elastic business, which was stretchy, or the zipper business that's up and down. But anyway, we're doing quite well, right? Then I was also selling Halloween costumes for the largest vendor of Halloween costumes in the world, called Ruby's Costumes Company. And I was working with the Costume Shop, and they became my closest customer. They became a good confidant, and they became the company I took over. So it was kind of an interesting sort of gradual transition. The big thing was I wanted to be home. So when you travel Western Canada, for those of you that live in Canada, you know that you drive for miles, or rather kilometers and kilometers, and see nothing. For you Americans, that's miles, and see absolutely nothing except for, field or snow. So I wanted to be home. So now it's 11 kilometers from my house to the door, and I'm here all the time, but my kids work in the store. It's a different environment.
Nice. Love it. So tell us a bit about how has business changed for you since COVID hit?
How was business? I mean, kind of disappeared, really. Essentially, we were humming along. March was going. We're headed right to one of the biggest party weekends of the year that starts off post New Year's, which would be St. Patrick's Day. And basically the day before the weekend, we were shut down. So I still have all my St. Patrick's Day stuff. So if you want any green hats, I'm your place.
For all of you Irish out there.
Yes, absolutely. Or if you want to say, hey, I'm in the money, I got a green hat, I can help you out. So what happened was we really shut down and we had to quickly figure out what's next. And right after that was Easter. What did surprise me was Easter, which is typically a slowish type of holiday. I went through a lot of Easter bunnies. A lot of people came out of the woodworks and said, listen, we're going to go hop around and wave to people on the street. And that worked out really well, which then led into the idea of why not some costume parades to wave at people, to cheer people up. And we sold a lot of inflatable costumes, a lot of onesies, which is something you can wear at home. They're really comfortable. You just jump right in and zip it up. It's kind of fun. So we went into a lot of those types of things where people were getting costumes, and we really focused on smiling, bringing smiles, bringing happiness, bringing joy in a very stressful world environment, not just the city of Calgary. Clearly, world was in this, and we were shipping costumes all over the place. I mean, I think we were shipping Deep Space Nine to Australia. I think I'm the only place in the world left with Deep Space Nine costumes. So for those that are into the Star Trek world, that's a big thing. And then once we were still doing a fair bit of that, then we noticed businesses wanted to spice up their delivery. And so we had a few businesses come to us and get low end and then slowly graduated to higher end costumes where they could then go make deliveries dressed as Batman or dressed as Superman. And that made the kids smile. As our end, while we were delivering, we quickly went to free delivery within Calgary, which meant I spent more time with my son. Him and I, at the end of every day, would get in the vehicle, or first thing in the morning, get into the vehicle and drive all around Calgary to make all the deliveries, which weren't that many, but Calgary is a very big city, so it could take quite some time to go from the south to the way north, even without traffic, because there wasn't much. And we did flat rate shipping right across the country, which we've continued flat rate shipping right across the country. We've now made a minimum to deliver for within the city, because running around for a $10 delivery was getting a little bit hard, but putting a smile on kids' faces when they got their Harry Potter glasses or their Harry Potter wand really made it worth it when I, brought the stuff to the front door, rang the doorbell, and the kid came running, and then I got it. And so my whole reason of, oh my gosh, I'm going out for a $10 delivery. But when I saw that face, made everything worth it. So that was a lot of fun, and it helped me psychologically, as you might know, Michelle, as we had some conversations. I think the hardest part of this COVID pandemic is getting stuck between your ears. And 1 minute I'm okay, I'm energetic, I'm happy, and the next one's, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And that's really I guess how every day has gone since like the 16th or 15th of March, even to today. Now the store's been open since we could in May, and we've had one entrance kind of shifting people side to side, sanitizing their hands, cleaning everything as everybody goes through, and it's been working. I noticed as we started getting more customers come through the door, thank God, that happened, because we sell masks. I'll get to that in a minute. What we noticed was all of a sudden a little bit of congestion, and that made both my staff and some customers uncomfortable, which then led to, I got to create a separate exit. So I have to move my till, I have to move walls, I have to create a new till, I have to create another exit. So more thousands of dollars going out the door. And I already spent thousands trying to get all the sanitizers and do change rooms, take down curtains, which was typical of a costume store, and actually put on folding doors so that they could be wiped down and cleaned. So sanitation is very important to us. I want healthy customers so that they can keep coming back. And I want my staff to be healthy so that we continue to make people happy. The costume shop, as I believe, is like the beginning source of the big event. So somebody thinks, I'm going to do a 70s birthday party. Oh, okay, what does that mean? And then they come to us and say, we're having a 70s birthday party. What can you do with us? And then we create them their own look. They'll take all the pieces put together, same for 80s or whatever. And that's where we've gone. And now the big change is this last week has been the big change of moving the walls I'm designing the new till, waiting for a new railing to be put in because, you know, we don't want anybody falling down the stairs. So more money. And so that's interesting. And then just for added, I guess you could say shits and giggles, I'm on 42nd and Blackfoot, right on the corner, very prominent corner, right at the top of the hill. You can see us if you're going southbound on Blackfoot. You'll see us as you come up, stand up great, right on 42nd, our entrance. I see them sprayed right now. The city is ripping up the road. They were supposed to start that the 1st of July. It's now, oh, it's going to happen the 1st of August. Now, I don't know, all the signs, everything's up that it's happening. The next call this morning, you know, when you can reach the people at the city is, what's going on? They're supposed to close my whole side for anywhere between 10 and 20 days. So I've been really pushing that they do that now. Otherwise, Michelle, you'll be getting calls daily, and I'll lose whatever's left of this hair, and I'll be wearing only the heat styleable wigs. So that's stressful. And then one of the biggest pivots we did is right away we brought in face masks, and we brought in very basic face masks right out of the beginning. Nobody in Calgary was making them, nobody had. So we brought in very basic jersey knit style face masks. And what I didn't like about normal face masks is, you know, all kidding aside, is this feeling when you're wearing a face mask and it pulls on your ears and you kind of look like, I don't know if you get that, or this pinch thing. I'm not a big fan. So I had them design me a mask that goes on just like this. And so you could tie it if you want or not. It's still more comfortable, and my ears aren't going like this, right? And the ladies loved it because people who have long hair like yourself could put it on and then drop their hair over top, and you don't see the rest of the mask, which worked out well. We sold a lot of them. What happened though is everybody thought, wait, you're the costume shop. Why don't you have them printed? Why don't you have fun stuff? Which we wanted. We learned quickly that if you silkscreen or put it like a paint, which is what a lot of people would do on the mask, guess what happens when you put a paint? You can't breathe. And you know, as much as you're wearing a mask and it's hard enough to breathe, breathing is, you know, something you can't live without. So we didn't do that. The next step was, what do we do? So I'm going to reach over to one of my favorites. And same concept. We made elastics, but in the back, now they're black, added, it's all 100% cotton. So we do the lower one, goes on around the bottom of your neck, and boom, just like that. And this is a Superman one. I don't know if you can tell, it's a slight design.
Yep.
You could talk in them pretty comfortable. You could take it off really easy. You could take it off that way, or you can take it off
over your head.
right off your head, or you can wear it just like that. So there's lots of different ways. Those that still like it around the ear, the advantage of the lower elastic is you can cut the lower one in half, the one on top in half, and you could put it behind your ears and maybe make it so that it doesn't pull them forward. For those that really like the behind the ear feeling. There are those people that do. But for the most part, everybody's really liked the fact, and that was that phone call that, I don't know if you'll see, but we were interrupted, saying, you know, my sister just bought these masks that go behind your head. Do you have any more? Can I come in, and when do you open? So it's fun. We're doing Harry Potter. We're doing Star Trek. We're doing, actually I have a few Calgary Flames masks in, Superman. What we're doing, I went yesterday, bought almost $500 more fabric. So we're just buying what we can, making what we can, and when the fabric is out, it's out. So I'll have the design. This one here, I can't get any more of this Superman fabric. It's sold out in the city. So if I get some, great. If not, it'll be the next one. I'm pretty excited. The new one I picked yesterday is a bunch of pies. So picture apple pie, cherry pie, a bunch of pies. So we're gonna put it on like this, and imagine it's all pies. And my wife said, why pies? I said, because you could cover your pie hole.
Exactly. With pies, and who doesn't like pie?
I thought
that
it's
is
funny.
super fun.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of you who don't know, I'm not a huge advocate of this whole COVID thing. I think it's a economic ploy to destroy our economics. But that being aside, when you got to go get the mask and do the stuff, it's way more fun when it's fun. I mean, seeing little kids in Costco and having their little Superman masks on, and they're getting into it, and you know, they're abiding by the law and all that kind of fun stuff and doing what they got to do. And I'm sure any parent, oh my God, I feel for you. Trying to get my kid in a hat in the day when it was boiling was one thing. Trying to get them into a mask when they don't want to, I just can't imagine. So it'd be so much more fun when they're all cartoons and superheroes and pies and fun
Yeah,
stuff.
fun
That's
stuff. We have
awesome.
cats and dogs, and we're looking for a whole bunch of different things. It's hard to sort of pick what people are liking and what they're looking for, but people want to express their character or something different. We notice people are coming back for more and more. One other thing, somebody who had a long beard, he loved the bottom elastic. He put this on, and then the bottom elastic, he stuffed his beard in it. So it held his hair together. He kind of really enjoyed it. He's been back. He works at CP. He's been back a few times and gave us suggestions. We found the fabric, made him more. He was super stoked.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome.
the big thing I think, with the masks, why I personally am an advocate for it right now is that it expresses, or it helps people get consistency. And as a human race, as Michelle and we've talked about, we just need consistency. At least we know whether we agree with it, don't agree with it, that's irrelevant. We won't get into that. But the fact is that we all know at a stop sign we stop, whether it has white borders or not. You have a red light, you stop, right? Green light, go. When you come into the stores, people need to know what to expect. Anxiety-ridden people, the nerves really make it really unsettling. And then every relationship at the beginning, especially in retail, starts a little tenuous when they don't know what to expect when they walk in the door. So now it's more calm. I've noticed customers, it's just more calm. They'll come maybe without the mask, but they're here for a mask, right? Or the ones that don't, we don't insist on it. However, if Health Canada walked in or the municipality walks in, the customer will get a fine, we won't. We put up our signage so we don't get fines. We encourage you to wear a mask. It protects us and you if you agree with it or not. We've already had a terrible experience where somebody came in and we found out they had COVID, and all of a sudden I lost an employee that I had just brought back, right? So then they ended up off the help, and then, what do? They still need to pay rent, and they were stuck at home. So it's an interesting dynamic. So with the masks, we try and bring the fun in, which is how we started this thing. It's the fun, it's the smiles, and you know what? You could see if somebody's smiling under a mask. You don't need the clear one. Watch the eyes. If you're just like this, right, and then you're smiling, there your eyes change, right? Me.
Yes, they do.
Smile. So you could have fun under the masks. I even saw yesterday a couple still kiss with their masks on. So it was kind of cute. I wish I had that on video. I probably do, but I don't have the rights to send it out.
That's not creepy though.
Well, unfortunately in the retail environment, you have to have your cameras recording.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That said, it's a lot of fun.
That's super cute. Well, I was impressed with how quickly you pivoted. And I did notice in business, a lot of people kind of freaked out, hit the brakes, stopped, and went like, I don't know what to do. And to me, that is a fatal decision. I mean, you got to be able to start breathing as soon as possible and just pivot. So super proud of you for doing that. And notice things like Denny's restaurants that are tearing out walls and putting in drive-throughs. So it's like you do what you got to do and you get where you got to go. So absolutely don't let all of this stuff get in your head and stop you from being you, because it's hugely important. And you have convinced me if I have to go out and wear a mask, I'm going to go and fight a cat mask or something like that.
Yeah, well, I got that for you. But you know what? There was something I actually missed, which probably was one of the biggest things that was kind of neat. At first, we all felt really bad. For graduating classes, whether they were from university or high school, they weren't having grads. And then we got quickly, I always sold grad cap and gowns, and I had them in rentals, but it didn't quite go. This year we got a quick call. People were cleaned us out, and apparently all of North America was cleaned out of grad gowns. But I had what most people didn't, rentals. So we're still doing it. We had this huge surge of grad gowns going out, and people I think was amazing. When I had my grad, I don't know if you can remember, but when you graduated, you put on your cap and gown, you stood there, you took your picture, whatever, that was it in front of whatever background you're at. This year, everybody has their opportunity to do whatever they want. We've seen kids joke around graduating, that brother and sister jump out of the shower, so there's just a picture of them in the bathroom in their full gowns. People have gone hiking in Kananaskis with the gown in the back, get right to the top of the mountain, put their gown on, because they could be in shorts and hiking boots and whatever. Nobody sees anything. It's a long gown, cap and gown. They put it on, and there they are taking a picture overlooking all of Kananaskis or whatever you can see. It is really cool. So that was really busy. People were taking grad pictures all around Calgary. And now I'm noticing the next surge. We started getting some calls the last couple of days. Do you have grad gowns? My son or daughter didn't get a grad yet, or we didn't have one. We're thinking about throwing them a party in the backyard. So now they could be in a grad gown and actually taking pictures with other people, their other family in their own backyard, which is something they would have never experienced before. So circling back, bringing back smiles and laughter and joy amongst all this tenuous situation is incredible.
Nice. I love that. And yeah, I hope that the trend comes back where the parents are walking their kids to school in their full dressed onesies and costumes and all that kind of fun stuff, because that was hilarious. I loved seeing those.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, you could lead the trend, Michelle. We'll put you in a costume.
There you go. My 26-year-old might not like being walked to school anymore.
Okay, fair. But maybe I'll get Brad's request and we'll see what costume he wants you in.
There you go. That's awesome. So if people want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
So they could call the store at 403-571-2466. You can go onto my website. The interesting thing about my website is whatever shows in stock online is in stock in store. And that's obviously www, but the THE costume, COSTUME, and then shop. Remember this, SHOPPE.com. We spell it the old way. So you could go there. The one little caveat, these fun masks, I can't put them on my website because they come in and they go out too quickly. So I can't keep, we noticed quickly that we couldn't keep the systems updated fast enough. So that didn't work. And then of course you can come to the store. We have curbside pickup. We have in-store shopping. We'll do with whatever you want. And that's right on the corner of Blackfoot and 42nd. The actual address is 4307 Blackfoot Trail. And you'll probably have to come in and then go around the building to get to the entrance. Because like I said earlier, the city is closing down my 42nd Avenue entrance, but hopefully there'll be enough signage to come in the building. We will be here. We will be open during renovation. So please come in.
Right. So if you're anywhere around the world, feel free to go and shop online. Go and get that stuff. It's an awesome, awesome place. Like I said, if you want high-end, you want medium, you want colors, they've got everything, like everything. So super fun. Thank you so much for your time, Ryan. And one last question for you. At what point in life did you know that you were that special, kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur?
I think I always was, actually, from I was kind of almost self-supported from 13. I felt it was time. My parents wanted me to get those jeans that I didn't like, and I wanted Levi's. So my parents said, you have $10. Levi's were I think 30 at the time. So I needed to come up with another 20. And this will show how old I am. When babysitting was $1 an hour, it would take, 20 hours of babysitting, and the average 4 hours a night didn't work. So I mowed lawns, shoveled walkways. So started my shoveling and lawn mowing business is where I started, and then always had something on the go, something growing, something doing, delivered the newspaper, did whatever I can to try and grow and change and learn. Realistically, what I love about being the owner is that we can pivot. I didn't have to run anything by anybody. I reached out for support and confirmation that my thought process perhaps was right, as it's not great to make a decision in panic mode, but it is what it is. It's a lot of fun. It's a definite roller coaster, but I do suggest having a business coach or a life coach, because those stressful times of being an owner, it's good to have somebody to talk to.
It definitely is. Awesome. So thank you again so much for your time. I appreciate it immensely. Any last words that you wanted to share?
Any last words? Remember, life is not always a bowl of cherries. You do get the pits, but the cherries taste good. You got to find the good things. You got to smile. You got to laugh. And dressing up is a great thing to do. So change things up, try it out, and reach out to us. We're here to help.
Love it. This is Michelle Nedelec. Thank you for being here with us today. If you know anyone that would make a great guest for our show, or if you have a question or topic that you'd like me to discuss, please reach out to Michelle at the Little Blue Pill for Business, or connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for listening to the Little Blue Pill for Business podcast with your mistress in business, Michelle Nedelec. Why are you still here? Go to littlebluepillforbusiness.com and get your goodies. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with somebody else that you know would enjoy getting it up in business after you subscribe to the podcast, of course, so you won't miss any future episodes. Now, check the notes for links. Oh, and only tell your wife if she's into this, entrepreneurship. And I'll see you both on the other side.